Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today's episode, we are going to be doing a few interesting things. So to start off with, we're going to be testing out some luck with some coin packs. Then we're going to be selling a player, buying a new player, and testing that player out in a few Rivals matches. If you do enjoy, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. I am shooting for 2,000 likes. If you can make that happen, you'll make my day. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Click the little notification bell. You know the drill by now. And then leave me a little comment down below. Whatever you fancy. You can literally write whatever you want. Just be nice, maybe. So we're going to start things off with these 5 premium gold players packs. Now they are half price packs, so I decided I reckon they're low risk if you actually buy them with coins. If you pack something half decent, you're probably going to make profit overall. But there was actually like also an SBC out at the time, which meant that like Popular Nation golds from off leagues were selling for higher prices than normal. So I think that lessened. It made our risk lesser than it would have been before. I don't know English, to be honest. Yeah, it basically reduced the amount of risk that we had on actually making a loss on these packs. So every single thing I pack, I'm going to stick onto the transfer list and we're going to sell everything, right? To see if what we can end up with at the end is over that 120,000 coins that we started with. Now that's a tough ask, but it's also, like I said, fairly low risk, I think. Like the discard value of a pack like this is about 4 or 5k, I think. 4k, something like that. Typically, you can sell the players for double what their discard is. Like the non-rares will sometimes go either 400 to 1,000. We get ourselves a little blue walkout here. Unfortunately for us, it's just going to be an 84 rated Javi Martinez. It could have been, I guess, a blue Busquets. That would have been really nice. That would have made us some money, wouldn't it, if it was a Spanish CDM? But yeah, unfortunately not for us today. That's going to be a few thousand though. That's the sort of player we're looking for, right? To make us more than a discard value pack. That's going to make us an extra 3,000 or 4,000 coins from that pack itself. So things weren't going to plan. Like I would hope that maybe we'd get like one walkout or one Libertadores player, because if you get that, even if they're a discard value, like an inform or anything, at least that's 10,000 coins to boost your budget up. What we're spending here is like 62,500 coins or something. 60k? Yes, I can't remember exactly what the math was. But 62,500 coins, I think it was, is what we have to make back. Okay? So that's not going to be easy, but we've got like a whole bunch of players to work with here. So I meticulously sat there, checked the price on FootWiz to see like who was the cheapest, you know, what the price of that player was at the time, went through, tried to sell everything. We got up to 95,000, basically 96,000 coins without even some of the big boys selling. So that was good. You can see exactly what I sell players for here. You can see that there's also a few players like Brazilians and Frenchmen from off leagues that sell for way more than normal, which is great. That's exactly what's going to help us here. And in the meantime, whilst everything's still selling, some of the stuff took another hour or two to sell as well. You know, it's never going to sell everything on the first hour, especially if you're trying to make the maximum bang for your buck. In between all of that, I decided I would get some 81 plus doubles done. Just with non-rare, or no, with obviously rares because it costs rares, but untradable golds that were in my club that aren't anyone that I'm particularly needing for SBCs or anything. I figured I would just use them to get some 81 plus doubles, try and raise the amount of fodder we have in the club. But unfortunately with the very first pack we get 2 81s, and that's obviously not exactly what you're looking for. We do get a man of the match in the second pack, but it's not a walkout, so it's not exactly going to be great, is it? It ends up being I can't remember the fella's name. Pelkas, 81 rated orange Pelkas. To me, I don't know what we'll ever do with a card like that, because it's just, I don't know. Do we just use it as an 81 in an SBC? There's a Ruben Neves in there as well. And with the final pack, we end up just getting bored. So unfortunately, these 3 packs right here haven't really benefited us much. And that was pretty much all of the the untradable fodder that I had in my club. I haven't got a huge amount, so it was enough to make 3 packs to give it a go. We're also going to do another SBC right now, which is another one of these 84 to 91 upgrades. So again, I'm just using basically untradable fodder from the club to get an 83 rated squad up there, and what that's going to do is give us an 84 to a 91 rated player. When we did this once before, we turned a whole team full of fodder into an 86 rated Inform Zapata, which is going to be useful for an SBC down the line. I just know it. That's a high rated Inform fodder, and they seem to be using Informs a lot in SBCs. This time around, we get a walkout. We get a regular walkout. We get Brazilian, please not Neymar, CDM from Real Madrid, who is going to be Casemiro. Well, I guess, to be honest, I would actually prefer it to have been Neymar. One, because it would have been funny for the video, and actually, it would have just been higher rated fodder for an SBC down the line, right? But we get an 87 rated Casemiro, which I think means that that SBC is a W. I think you have to kind of get like 86 plus from that SBC in order to make it worthwhile. So that's another piece of like decent SBC fodder for the club. And then things sold. So actually what we ended up doing here, we easily broke even. We broke even by about 5 to 10,000 coins on those coin packs, which I was very surprised with. And then I sold a couple of extra things on. That's why I have close to 150k now. And then when Aguero went up, we managed to get 370 for him, which is a little bit less than what we paid. And obviously with tax on that, we're going to lose about 20,000 coins or so. Oh, well, you know, it's just not the end of the world, is it? But what it does is it sits us at around 500,000. So I then went into my club. I went and quick sold a few things that didn't sell. Went and sold a bunch more stuff that would sell, bringing us up to about 525k. Now, with that money, we are going to go and buy, for the first time on the road to glory this year, CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. And I needed him in a centre mid spot with an engine. And there was a blue one for the cheapest on the market in the exact position and formation that I needed. So that's brilliant. You know, it means that we get to try out this Portuguese attacker, one of the world's best ever footballers, of course. Get to give him a shot on the game now and see how good he is. So I'm actually really excited because he's going to be my second striker with Neymar. I think the thing that I've been missing is another 5-star skill move player up front, which is what we had in Mbappe, of course. But this is how we're going to have to label the team out for now. I've actually switched it so that Piszczek and Akanji came in just because I wanted to try it out. You know, I thought I'd give it a go, see if that Akanji's actually any good, see if Piszczek's actually usable at this stage of FIFA. Again, just to be a bit different. We're only going into some rivals matches, right? It does bring Atal down to 7 chemistry, or 8 chemistry, whatever. And then Ronaldo, again, will be on 7 or 8 chemistry after a few games with the right manager and with the loyalty and stuff. So yeah, essentially what we're going to do here is just put Ronaldo exactly where Aguero would have been as the left striker. And just adjust the team to make sure that Cyprian's the one sitting and that Atal can push forward and stuff like that in the way that I've got my team set up. Adjusting team numbers, of course, because if you use Ronaldo and you don't have him as number 7, I just don't know really what you're doing. I can't focus. If I play someone that's got Ronaldo and he's like number 4 and you're playing against CR4, it just doesn't make sense to me. So with the engine chemistry style, at the moment on 7 chemistry, could of course be 8 chemistry. He's still got obviously very good boosts. People are suggesting that maybe Ronaldo isn't the greatest player on this year's game. That's why he's at 500,000 coins as opposed to maybe more that he would have been during other years. And that is because obviously like it's not all about winning headers and it's not all about jumping and sheer pace and stuff. It's more about agility and crazy dribbling and then obviously ability to shoot and the pace and stuff go on top of that. But what we have got here is someone that should move well on the ball, but probably will be a little bit clunky. I'm hoping having the 5-star skill moves with like the ability to scoop turn and stuff might just give him the edge. I'm sure he's going to be a bags man. I'm sure he's going to be able to find the back of the net all the time. I just don't think there's any doubt about that, really. It's CR7. In front of goal, he's going to score. But it's whether or not you can get him into those positions. Do you need more Neymar-type players on this game? Like, is Mbappe better than CR7 on FIFA 20? Good question for you guys, so maybe leave me a comment down below in the comment section. So in this game right here, I was up against someone who decided that he would park everyone behind the ball, hit me on some counter-attacks, and then just literally, like, play possession. It was so boring, and I was so annoyed after playing one game of Rivals. It made me not want to play this game anymore. I don't know, man. I can't deal with this game. I want it to be fun. I really want fun FIFA to come back. Let me know, by the way. Again, another thing for you to answer me in the comment section. As I make a mistake here with Van der Sar. Just gift him a goal, Tom. Why don't you? Would you prefer, like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer this drop back, one depth, boring game meta? Where shots get AI blocked or just go wide of the post or hit the post? Or do you prefer last year's FIFA 19 where it was just crazy El Tornado crosses, headers at the back post, first time shots that didn't really take much skill? I always said, like, up until this point, like, I think you're mad if you actually seem to remember FIFA 19 in a positive way. But I feel like we've maybe got to the point now where I'm sat here thinking, do you know what? At least we scored loads of goals, and at least, I don't know, at least it didn't nearly send you to sleep. At least you had to be on your toes because you might concede a first-time shot. Or I don't know. I genuinely don't know where I stand as to which game was better, or you could say which game was worse. So yeah, you could let me know what you preferred down below. Bring us back to the days of, like, I don't know, FIFA 17, was that quite a good game? I can't remember. It's before I really started playing Weekend League and stuff, if I'm honest. So I don't think I played that game particularly competitively, which I think is obviously part of the problem and why people play the way they do. It's because they're so addicted and buzzing to get rewards that they'll do literally anything possible to make that happen. And you can't really blame them. It's just the way the game is nowadays, I guess. And yeah, anyway, ran over. So we find ourselves like 4-2 down. I got absolutely Raul'd in this game. This guy just hit me with loads of goals with that Raul, that mid Raul. I don't know what was going on. But even though I had like more possession, more shots on goal, it felt like I was playing alright. I got done 5-2. I just didn't really know how it happened. So that's a couple of losses in a row in Rivals, showing that I'm not exactly enjoying it. Then we come up against Red 93 Neymar, Green 96 Messi, and Green Moments 95 Hazard. So I didn't have high hopes for this game either. I thought, okay, this is just what Rivals is nowadays. Until we get icon swaps later in the week, people are just obviously using their main mega squads. I hope that it does. I hope that everyone starts using objective teams towards the end of the week, like when we got icon swaps. And I hope icon swaps are great as well, because it's the last chance for them to be super amazing for this year. Otherwise, it might go down as a bit of a flop. But we get a goal with Ronaldo, finally. I think it took a couple of games for that to even happen. But that is just because we did come up against a couple of very good people that I struggled against. And then we concede a goal there with Neymar. Yeah, he's a great player. Obviously, we're going to concede to him. And this guy was fantastic at left stick dribbling. And of course, he had the correct players to do that. This little Correa guy, really good on the ball. The League SBC from La Liga, if you haven't done it already, I think if you need an Argentine winger from that league or something, like, I know there's obviously Messi is a great option, but he's also a fantastic option. He seems like a really good little player. And this game just got turned around on me. So it looks like we're going to end up coming away with 3 defeats in a row here. Ronaldo's got 1 goal. That's not exactly amazing, is it? But I'm quite liking his presence up front. I need to obviously get used to him, and I think I'm willing to give him, unless we get some crazy cards come out later this week, I probably will try Ronaldo out in the Weekend League. But knowing what has been happening, we have been getting promos all the time. If that is the case, I might sell him and buy a new promo player. We'll see what comes out, really. If there's someone more meta with the agility and stuff that fits the game and is in the price range, then maybe I'll just go for that and see what we can make happen. So we ended up getting a really late equaliser with Atal there, so it comes away with a 3-3 draw. So at least we haven't lost 3 games in a row. And then we come up against a squad which, again, puts me in, like, over... I just overestimated myself and underestimated my opponent. And he goes 1-0 up with his Aguero, because it is still Aguero at the end of the day. He is bound to score goals. Overmars knocks that ball through to Ronaldo, and that's a lovely little ball through to Neymar. And of course, I'm going to strike that one into the roof of the net to get my equalising goal. But this wasn't the easiest of games. Fortunately for him, he scored his only shot that he got. We were able to defend it all right, but he did have 92% pass accuracy. Wasn't the easiest player to get the ball off of. And he proves again that Aguero can score goals, just that I didn't do very well with him with the one that we had, the record breaker. But But yeah, I'm 2-1 down at this point. He gets himself a corner. He whips it front post, and it is Igalo, the man of the match Igalo, to score a header from a corner. It just doesn't happen that often, and that was a serious amount of power behind that strike. So fair play. We are 3-1 down. Overmars does the smart thing and passes back to Atal, who again showcasing that he is just going to score goals for us no matter where he's playing. And then we get through with CR7 here. Power, strength, finishing ability. That's what I want from this striker. So he actually does impress me there by getting that goal. That is exactly what I want from this player, and I hope that he can keep doing that for us in our road to glory. And then I concede that, and I'm just like, I forgot how to defend. I don't know what is happening. But again, lovely ball through to Ronaldo. He's holding that defender off. He's ball rolled the keeper. He scored the goal in the 85th to get me the equaliser. And we're not done there, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to push forward again. Neymar across to Acuna. He's going to take the strike, and it's going to fall straight for CR7. I think the guy moved his goalkeeper there. And we nearly score again, by the way. For some reason, this guy's defence just capitulated at the end of the match, and he ended up quitting in extra time, or in injury time, should I say. He didn't want his rank points for scoring 4 goals. He should have just stayed in, mate, but I guess he was pretty stressed. But hey, he had 3 shots on target and scored 4 goals. I definitely outplayed him, and I definitely deserved the win. So yeah, eventually we ended up getting a hat-trick there with CR7. So he didn't score in the first couple of games, and he scored 1 in one and then 3 in the other. So I think maybe, hopefully, starting to get to grips with him. I imagine the weekend league wouldn't be, like the first few games of the weekend league isn't probably going to be as hard as those rivals games have been right there. And of course, we're going to have to play a lot more rivals going forward. So because of COD Warzone and the fact that I really hated last weekend league and I didn't enjoy playing rivals here much tonight, decided to leave it there with playing games of FIFA until the weekend league or icon swaps later this week. So I'm solidified in rank 3, which means we're going to get 4 mega packs instead of 2 mega packs, 2 50k packs, which I'm fine with. You know, I'd rather that than having to sweat out the game even more, knowing that from next week we're going to have to play a lot of FIFA because icon swaps will be here. So yeah, let's just take this time to relax, play some Call of Duty, and then push on forward from next week, right? So I think towards the end here, I think we've come away knowing that Ronaldo could be quite good. What we're going to do is, obviously, we can switch it back so that David Luiz and Tierney are in the squad. But what that essentially does is it's going to bring our chemistry down into the 90s. I wonder if that does affect us in-game or not. Let me know, because this is what I envisage going into the weekend league with. But there is Tierney, Ronaldo, Atal, and Overmars all off chemistry there. Some of them can go up with a different manager or with some loyalty and stuff, but I don't think that it's possible to have 4 players there without losing a little bit of chem. Will that affect us? Will we be fine? Let me know down below. Otherwise, we might have to sell Ronaldo if it really bugs all of you guys. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode. Hit me with a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Why don't you come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram? The links are down below. And most importantly, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.